Hi, my name is Rachel Gill, and I show in the Western equine industry, and I am here with Girls Meet Globe. So I am actually adopted, and I was adopted at 6 weeks old, I didn't know this growing up until later on, but my biological family all trained and rode horses, and my biological mother rode horses until she was 6 months pregnant with me. And so my parents noticed how obsessed I was with horses all the time. I just wanted to be around them, pet them, touch them, brush them, ride them. And later on, they kind of informed me, actually, we feel like it's in your blood because this is what your biological family did for a living. Everything about horses for me was such like a stress relief and a joy. I had to put my first horse down about 3 or 4 years ago, and so that was, my world shattered. That was my first heart horse that I had, and a month later, my cousin, the same cousins that have always been my horse outlet, she had my horse Diamond, and she told me, come meet my horse, come ride her, come hang out with her. And from then on, it's kind of just been working and learning, not just doing barrels, but more so refining the technique of training when it comes to judged events. And so that's kind of been what I've been doing for the last 4 years. Some of the bigger shows will have, up to 6 judges that are sitting there watching you and critiquing every little move that you do, from your feet to the way you sit, to the way you hold your hands, to the way the horse's head, if it's elevated too high, going from a walk to a lope, if it starts to elevate, for a judge that shows that the horse is uncomfortable in that maneuver. But horses, they'll feed off of everything that you feel. So if you're feeling anxious, but you're cool, calm, and collected on the outside, they feel what you're feeling on the inside. And so before going into any kind of class that I do, I have to make sure that I'm calming my nerves, not only for myself, but for my horse. One of the most satisfying parts, I think, is seeing the progression of Diamond's training. When I first got her, she was green broke as they could be, and she couldn't walk a straight line, she couldn't trot pretty, she couldn't lope pretty. Everything about her was ugly, and people are like, are you sure you want to take this horse? And I was like, yes, this is my horse and my project. And nobody had faith in her to become what she is now. But I did. We went from when we started showing a couple years ago to not placing in any of our classes. It was like a train wreck, but it was a fun train wreck. It was a learning experience. And then now, in all of her classes that she does, she's placing in the top 3. I think the advice I would give is probably something as simple as just sitting with them, spending time, I think, is the biggest thing. With Rebel, my first horse, I used to just sit out in the pasture after giving him a bath and do homework. And just spending that time with that horse. And it sounds silly and simple, but it I think does more good than not. And then you can sit there and kind of study your horse and the different quirks that they have and their personalities, and you'll see that you start bonding.